Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I thought it might be of interest to occasionally respond to some of the comments that get posted here in response to the videos. So, for example, Andy writes to me, Andy Clapper, and says, I've been a Democrat for 40 years now. How could that much time have passed? I know that emotion. I'm still a registered Democrat. That being said, I agree with you. I didn't leave my party. My party left me. The only reason I haven't left the party is because the alternative is so much worse. So I would love a rational, centrist party. I'm not sure how possible that is, but I'm certainly cheering Yang along. I agree with those sentiments. I come at it, of course, from the opposite end of the political spectrum. The Republican Party of today is not the Republican Party that I joined and passed out flyers for Ronald Reagan back in 1980. And although, for sure, there have been some changes in my views over the years, I would argue that the party changed much more than I did. You know, go back and look at the Republican Party platforms up until 1980, and you will see a significantly different party. For example, the pro-life stance that became so much a part of today's GOP wasn't in the 1980 platform on which Ronald Reagan was nominated. Even 1980 was a platform that was welcoming of both sides of the abortion issue. No, the party has changed much more than any alteration of my views over the years. And I guess that's the same in Andy's case, albeit with the Democratic Party. User Fortenbaugh says, I stopped using Facebook a few years ago and never looked back. The only downside for me is when I want to check out a business and they don't have a website. I think social media platforms would be better if they were a pay to comment operation. I don't know. You may get your wish. I thought that what was most significant about Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen's revelations, all those documents that she's enabled to be put in the public domain, is what it's revealed about the algorithm. You know, we've had this ongoing debate about whether Facebook should continue to be provided Section 230 protection. You may have heard me say on radio or television, the easiest way that I can explain it is that we treat social media platforms like they are the phone company and not a cable television outlet or a radio station or a newspaper, meaning we don't expect that they're doing any editing, any censoring of content. They're just providing a soapbox. So therefore, we don't hold the phone company accountable for what gets said over the transom, so to speak. But when it comes to cable television news, or when it comes to a newspaper, when it comes to a radio station, inherent in the process is that somebody's got their finger on the button, to the dump button, we call it in my business, to get rid of content that might be defamatory, might be hate speech. Now that we know that Facebook has been manipulating algorithms and giving more heft, more visibility to angry speech, that changes the whole dynamic for me. I think now they're not like the phone company, they're more like the newspaper. And that they need to be open to liability. I think that's going to be in all of our best interest. How they can police content with 3.6 billion users on a planet with what, 7.8 billion residents? I don't know. They've got 40,000 people. 40,000 people. I saw it in a commercial that Facebook just ran last week. 40,000 people who are engaged in content regulation right now. That's a football stadium worth of folks, but it's still not enough. It's still not enough. Finally, Joseph Abrams. I've always felt that ranked choice voting is a way out of the two-party war that continues to escalate. We have to get out of us versus them mentality and create another party or platform that seeks to unite and work with both sides of the aisle. Unfortunately, both the Democratic and Republican parties have a vested interest in not allowing this to occur. I entirely agree. I'm open to ranked choice voting, paid close attention to how it was used most recently in the New York City mayoral race. I mean, the idea being, this is the way I understand the logic behind ranked choice voting, is that you can't appeal to a very narrow constituency only. You've got to make more friends than just folks of one particular ideological stripe. And you know, you've got to appeal to not only one type of voter, but you want to be the second choice candidate. I want to be your first choice, and I also want to be your second choice for someone else. Or I want to be a number of candidates' second choice so as to get elected. You need to appeal to a broader base. There, I finally said it. So if ranked choice voting can do that and could therefore enable more centrists and independent thinkers to be elected to office, I think that's in all of our best interest. Keep the comments coming. I do read them, those that are posted here on my YouTube channel, and share this with a friend. And thanks for watching.